Hello, my dears. It's been a little while, but I am so excited to come back onto live sharing because I have something that I got as a download in the last few weeks, last week actually. And I really wanted to share it with you because it is something that, hello, excited to see people join. It's something that has been plaguing me for the 13 years that I've been an entrepreneur. And that is really like why I haven't reached the levels of impact that I really want to have. Even though I feel like I network a lot and I meet a lot of people and I know my work is good, I have done so much work in the last 10 years especially about how to really reach more people and have people coming in to join my work and getting the benefit of all the things that I have to share. And of course, with that, me being financially abundant, because to be honest with you, for most of the life of my business, I have not been. And I have worked with a lot of different professionals and amazing spirit workers of different kinds, and marketers and business coaches. And in fact, one of my good friends who I really respect and who teaches amazing work, I mean, they all are amazing practitioners. He actually said to me one time, he said, I don't know why you're not more successful, Rachel. And I said, man, I don't either, but thank you for validating that for me, because I feel like I've done so much and grown so much as a business owner and as a provider and as a social media sharer. And I couldn't ever figure out why I wasn't having the level of impact that I really felt like I was called to give. So the thing that happened, and there's like a whole big long story beforehand, but I don't want to tell you a whole big long story because your time is important too. But this is an interesting piece. You've probably heard about playing small, right? Like that seems to be kind of a popular term in personal growth and entrepreneurial growth. This idea that we minimize ourselves, right? That we don't show up or don't like risk for opportunities, don't raise our hand. And I've worked with different levels of that for myself, you know, feeling like, oh, I don't want to bother people by sending another email to my list. My mom would say, they can always hit the delete button, you're not bothering them. And thinking, oh, I don't want to share too often. If I'm at dance class, I don't want to hop up on stage with the teacher too often. I am aware of the ways that I used to limit myself with my external behavior. And I've really worked through that because I've come to realize that somebody who is in joy with their external experience just invites everybody else to do the same. Like, I'm not saying you need to watch me or pay attention to me. I'm saying I'm going to go do my big expression of life and my big enjoyment of life. And if that means dancing on the beach, even while people are watching, I will totally do that. I will go play and be a total goofball. I will wear my unicorn onesie because I find it fun and it brings joy into my life. And if it liberates other people to do the same, that's fantastic. And if it doesn't, and if they think I'm weird, that's fine. I don't really care. I've finally gotten to this place. I will cry in public. I will be loud when being loud is important. I will stand up for other people where that's important. And I'll be a total goofball where that's called for. And I'll tell people about my business without, you know, being concerned that I'm taking up too much space. This is all coming from like a young girl who used to sit in the classroom in grade school and the teacher would say, who wants to read out loud? And I'd sit there being like, pick me, pick me, pick me, because I loved to do it, but not wanting to raise my hand because I don't know, I didn't want to look like I was asking for attention. Yeah. So I have totally learned how to just show up and be seen and be okay with it and in fact enjoy it. So all of that's like sort of this spiral of personal growth, right? Have you heard about this concept that we keep coming back to the same lessons in our lifetime over and over and over, and often there's these you'll come back to the same lesson, but it's another layer in the spiral, basically. So this is another layer in my spiral. And I caught it because I went to a sound healing co-led by one of my dear friends. And I walked into the room and I immediately was paying attention to where I wanted to sit, how I was going to impact the group energy, because this is a thing I think about. I'm an Enneagram 8. I know my energy does impact people, and it's just one of the things I think about instead of focusing on my inner critics or thinking that I'm a bad person or worrying about stuff, which is the stuff that used to occupy my mind before I learned how to get rid of that stuff. So now I think more about group dynamics and setting up future Rachel for success, like where do I want to sit so that I feel good and I'm contributing or whatever in the right way. And I sit down and I'm noticing other people noticing me. And I also notice the other facilitator I haven't met yet, noticing me. And this is all internal. No one's saying anything. This is just me tracking on different levels because that's what I've learned to do. I have these talents and I've developed them. And I'm going to try and keep this as a short story. We go around and have a talking stick so everybody gets a chance to speak. And as I'm watching other people say things, I'm also just being open to what I want to say and what's important for me to say, because I could say nothing because I don't necessarily need to say anything. I was there more in support of my friend and happy to receive, but I wasn't coming with any agenda this time. And as the stick comes to me and I'm holding it and contemplating this, and I'm just noticing what I want to say about who I am and why I'm here, I'm also noticing my own inner dialogue about the level of impact that what I say is going to have. I could just say, hi, I'm Rachel. I'm here to support my friend. Thanks for having me, right? It's pretty minimal. Or I could say what I actually said, which is what felt true on my heart to offer. Hi, I'm Rachel. I'm a metaphysical teacher. I'm here in support of my dear friend, and I welcome whatever comes. And I can feel the ripple that me saying what I do has on this particular group of people. And I was aware that if I said it, that would happen. So then we have this beautiful, wonderful experience. I had some phenomenal experiences, and I really recommend that people try sound healing if they haven't, because it is a phenomenal experience. And if you want recommendations in different areas, I'm happy to give them to you. Just reach out to me. Um, and at the end, we have this talking stick passed around about what people want to share from their experience. And I'm going to pause there and say, sidebar. I've already known that what I'm working on for myself is really showing up and being the full me that I was destined to be here to be, like, and contribute and offer. Okay. And I feel like I've been doing this more and more over the years, but clearly, again, there's another layer in the spiral of personal growth. So I was like, okay, yeah, really showing up as who I am fully. So I'm already like processing this in the crock pot. So the talking stick goes around again. I've had this really deep experience, and I'm listening to what other people are saying again and noticing how different my experience is from their experience. They had amazing experiences for them, and mine was something, how do I want to say this? I knew that if I shared even a piece of what I got out of that experience, again, it was going to cause ripples because it was going to stand out as very different. And I thought, well, I could say nothing. No, that doesn't feel right. I could say everything. No, I don't need to say everything. Some of this feels more private to me. I could say it in this small summarized way, and that's what I chose to do. But as I chose it, I realized if I say this, it's going to have an impact. Okay, I mean, that's okay. So I say what I wanted to say. In this healing session, I encountered a guide who I had forgotten, but who is extremely important to me. And that was really emotional. And going into this place you guided us to go, this very spiritual place in the meditation, I was coming home. And that's what I shared. And I could, again, feel it ripple out. And I could feel the facilitator notice that. And I'm just like, okay, and that's okay. And then the stick went around one more time at a different point, and I shared a message that had come to me during this meditation and healing experience. The message was, money doesn't matter, just create. And that message was intended for me specifically, but also it was, I felt into it and it felt maybe like it might be for someone else too. And I sat again with this. How is this going to impact the group? And is this something that I need to share? And it felt like yes. And I really, I mean, when I said that, several people immediately were drawn to me, and I could feel the message coming forward for me that this is what I'm here to do. I'm here to have an impact and allow that to draw people toward me. So here's what's interesting about that. And maybe this is obvious to you guys. Um, I really noticed that and I was integrating that. And the next day I went to another friend's spiritual practice workshop, and I chose my place in the room. And as I was choosing it for my own physical comfort and whatever felt right to me, I also thought, okay, and I caught the thoughts as they were going by, which I know we don't always, right? But sometimes you catch what you're thinking, even as it's just a process of what glass do I want to choose when I get my water, or something. I caught the thoughts going by in my mind of, okay, I'll be over here and it's kind of on the side and that's nice. And then I can kind of dim down my energy. And I went, what? 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 Oh my God, that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing for I don't know how long. I mean, I don't dim down my energy. I've learned to be full energy when I'm speaking, when I'm presenting, when I'm teaching, when I'm with my clients, when I'm with my friends, just out and about. But a lot of times in other places, I think I'm somehow turning incognito. That I've been dialing the switch down, like you flip the switch on your phone. It's like to silent. That's what I've been doing, and I've been doing it entirely energetically. That was the higher level of playing small that I've been doing, because in my mind somewhere, I had this belief that said, I'm not supposed to attract attention unless I'm in charge of leading something. So when I'm out in the world the rest of the time, I'm not supposed to be having an impact, because I know I carry a big impact when I walk into a space. That's just part of my nature for a variety of reasons. And I had some sort of belief in there about like it's sort of like don't tread heavy on the stairs when you have a downstairs neighbor, that kind of feeling, but about being in life. And the truth is, I am here to have a big impact. That's the whole point. That is the point of my life at this point. I have done a lot of work to be a really good friend and neighbor in so many aspects of those words, but I'm here to have a big impact. That's the whole point. And I am here to serve the mission of my business and my spiritual calling. And if I'm going around dialing down my impact, AKA my magnetism, my attraction for other people, like they can't feel me because I'm dialing it down, how that going to work? Not very well, right? That's how it's been working, is not very well. So that's what led me to understand, finally, that my theme of the decade is B.S.E. You've probably heard of B.D.E. If you haven't, I'm not defining it for you. You can go look it up. But my version is B.S.E, Big Spirit Energy. That's my theme of the decade. And we'll see what comes next. Maybe it's the theme for the rest of my life. I don't know. But I'm done pretending to be LSE. I'm done dialing it down. I'm done going incognito, because that serves zero people. It makes me depressed because I'm not reaching people and helping people and serving people at the level that I want to be. And it certainly prevents other people from the gifts that I can be giving. So my question for you is, how are you doing, little spirit energy? Are you in some way dialing down your impact energetically? I had no idea I was doing that. But if it could escape me, who is like constantly monitoring and paying attention to my thoughts and all of my patterns. And I mean, oh my God, personal growth 24/7 here. If it escaped me, it might be escaping you. So this is my invitation to you. Come into your full big spirit energy. Let that be the theme of your decade. You are welcome to it. I didn't invent it. I'm just experiencing it and I'm into it. So tell me what you think. And tell me if you can feel a difference. Folks who've watched my stuff before, I'm curious. Can you tell the difference between how I've been in some lives and videos versus now? I can tell. Thank you so much for watching, my dears, and I look forward to sharing a lot more.